Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
And in the first round of the NFL Draft, ESPN 106.3 selects
NFL Draft Week on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by Twin Peaks, Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning, and the Boca Raton Bowl.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Welcome into the Kaiser Sports Update. I'm Cade Shumslet. This week, we're headed to Thomasville, Georgia to crown the Kaiser flag football team as Sun Conference champions. The Seahawks avenged their loss to the Thomasville Nighthawks in the conference championship game Saturday with a 33-15 victory. The game was knotted up at 13-7 with 5 minutes left in the first half until sophomore Ashley Clam turned it on. A 14-yard touchdown reception followed by a 78-yard pick six. That blew the game open, and the Seahawks never looked back. Clam also had another interception to put her total at 14 for the season, the most in the nation. This trophy is the third conference title for the program, and the national finals will take place in Kansas City, Missouri, the week of May 5th. Also shout out to softball's Claire Schakowsky and women's tennis player Vanya Vodanovic for earning Sun Conference Player of the Week awards. For more Kaiser Athletics scores and updates, head to KUSeahawks.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Jar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
To be respected is one thing. To be feared is a absolute another. And there's some guys in the NBA right now that strike absolute fear in the heart of their opponents.
Your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good peep. Oh, yes, it is. Hump Day, a Wednesday. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We are right back at it again, one day out from the NFL Draft, and also in the midst of an exciting first round of the NBA playoffs. I can't tell you how grateful I am to be sharing these airways with you today. I can't tell you how grateful I am to be, again, about 24 hours out from being in Boynton Beach for the Travis Hunter draft party that we're going to have at the Boynton Beach Community Center and helping out today because C-Cat is out. C-Cat is he's doubtful for today. Matter of fact, he got downgraded to out right before this show, so I know we're waiting on the status of Jason Tatum for Game 2 of Magic Celtics. He's doubtful. We'll see if he plays. No C-Cat in his place on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. Mike Rizzo?
Yeah, first time ever. First time ever on the show filling in.
From Russo and Rizzo?
You
what
know
the hell
it,
is
baby.
it? Are you comfortable over there?
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. We we just had a rough start there. But we're all good, baby. We're all good. I can't wait. Appreciate you letting me hop on the ones and twos, bro. A lot of NBA to talk about.
What do you mean let you? If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have a show right now.
But a lot of good stuff to talk about today. And I think I know why Christian is out. You know my guy drinks no water? Like, Theo, he drinks like 1 cup of water a week.
I've never seen him drink water.
Dude, it's like because, Colin Russo and I, 4 to 6 Russo and Rizzo.
Wait, hold on a second. 2 seconds into our show, you're already promoting your show?
Here's the thing, Thee. I got to give context because he's our producer and we talk to him on the show.
It's fair.
Brother, he does not drink water, and we get on his case because he doesn't drink water. I'm worried he's got a kidney stone or something. Honest to God, I hope he's all right.
Well, we're going to make sure he gets pumped up with IVs and the proper liquids, and I'm sure his girlfriend's taking good care of him. But I will say, it's not just the fact that C-Cat doesn't drink enough of the agua. It's because C-Cat on the other side also drinks a little bit too much of the sugar.
Oh, he's obsessed with it.
Too much additives in his drinks.
Dude, I call his coffee a candy cane.
Yeah. That's my issue with C-Cat. So, both of them could counterbalance each other if he just dials back the sugar, a little uptake on the H2O, and he'll be all good to go. Man, Mike, loving the NBA playoffs so far. Adam Silver reporting it's the highest rated opening weekend for ESPN. It's up 17% off last year. People were down on the NBA all season long. Now we're feeling better.
Yeah, and I'm very happy too because I was down on this league, Thee. And I still think they need to shorten the regular season. Look at Kawhi Leonard. Your perfect example is Kawhi Leonard and how well he's playing in the NBA playoffs. Guy played 30 regular season games.
Crazy.
So maybe cut the season down to like 60. Have these guys play half. They'll never do it because the owners want the money for the 82 games and then their 40 home games, 41 home games, whatever it may be. But certainly when these guys are playing and they're playing at a high level, Theo, the NBA is proving that they're a top-tier league.
Short-term pain, long-term gain if the NBA does or when the NBA does decide to shorten this calendar. I'm on the side that believes not only will the league change and shorten their calendar, probably move the start date back some. I don't think it's going to be their decision. I think there's going to be a point in time in the coming 2 or 3 years where the NBA's hand is forced and they realize, similar to the COVID year when they started, or the lockout shortened year as well, when they started around Christmas and carried the season through. I think the perfect timeline for the NBA season would be like a November or December start and like a July or almost August finish. That way you get much more eyes on your regular season. You can shorten the calendar and likely get more revenue from it because people are going to be watching more of your games on broadcast and maybe even attending more in person. I think their hand will be forced. It's either going to be because of the shrinking regular season ratings as players sit out, as people stop focusing on the NBA and are locked in on football through February,
right.
or Mike, it could be the threat of an overseas league or some other competing basketball league.
Another entity.
That's floated out there. As LeBron James shifts from the NBA to post-NBA career, if he doesn't get his hands on a National Basketball Association franchise.
He will, though.
Specifically, who knows?
I think he will.
That was much more of a certainty a couple of years ago. Nowadays, it's kind of up in the air. It's not going to be a given. Even Michael Jordan struggled to get his hand in the pot. I think if they try to play hardball with LeBron, he and his team have already got all kind of plans. They got the whiteboard. They got the conspiracy theory dots all lined up. There's something cooking out there in Europe. They probably would get in on it, and that would threaten the NBA.
It would threaten the NBA, but I think LeBron's going to get a team. I think it'll probably be in Vegas, Theo. Yeah. Now, you're going to have to add 2 more. If you add an expansion team, you need to even things out, so it's going to be 32.
Seattle.
And I've been waiting for that.
Let's do it.
Theo, talk about jersey power. You want to hear some serious jersey power?
Yeah.
Yellow Ray Allen Supersonic Authentic jersey that's sitting in my closet.
It's like that.
It's like when am I going to wear a jersey?
Yeah.
Like I'm a grown ass man. You know what I mean? Like where am I? So I would bring.
You can wear that to the beach.
So like Ohio. So like at Ohio State and OU, my 2 colleges, we had fest season, and the popular thing, and we're the same age.
Yeah.
The popular thing would be wear your jersey power during those fests. Everyone would be like, "Wow, Riz, wow." I was the guy with the serious jersey power with that Ray Allen.
So what's your deepest cut jersey then? Because you can't flaunt a Ray Allen Sonics jersey as one that is. I mean, obviously that's a top.
It is.
That's a top-notch jersey. But what's your deep cut jersey? Any I have a
my
Sharif
go-to?
Abdul Rahim.
You mean my? Oh God.
I'm talking about like what's the one
right.
where you're like, oh, this is a little off the beaten path, but it's appreciated. It's got some novelty to it.
Oh man.
See.
I'd have to go with my Tony Gwynn. My San Diego Padre, Tony Gwynn.
All right.
I love Tony Gwynn. He was one of my favorite ball players growing up, Theo. I don't know if you remember his batting stance. I tried to be Tony Gwynn when I was growing up. Him and Jim Thome were my 2 favorite ball players. But it's that orange and navy blue Tony Gwynn jersey that I grew up just absolutely loving.
It's like that.
Yeah,
it's like
but
that.
those are the two. Outside of Cleveland, obviously we have our teams that we support.
Of course.
But those two teams, when the Jersey Power needed to come out, when he wanted to make a statement during Fest season, those were the two.
Tony Gwynn, feared in the batter's box. We talked earlier about a guy like Ray Allen, feared when he had his hands on the ball, feared coming off of the screens.
He made me sick.
I want to talk to Dave Rizzo because last night as I watched Lakers-Wolves specifically, it reminded me of something that has Los Angeles at a major advantage in this postseason, and it's why their championship window is open despite only acquiring Luka Doncic a couple of months ago. They have unequivocally the most dangerous man in the NBA with the ball in his hands, the most feared, the most respected, the one guy in the league where you say he has the ball. I don't care how many ticks are left on the shot clock. I don't care who we have guarding him. I don't care if we got two people shading at him. If he has the ball and you are a fan of the opposing team, or you are the coach on the bench, Chris Finch for the Minnesota Timberwolves, or damn near if you're a player on that court, you are afraid of what the outcome will be because it's likely going to be positive in the direction of the Lakers, and it's not LeBron James. Luka Doncic, right now in the NBA, has the crown for the one guy who is the most feared with the ball in his hands, and the fact that he has it over LeBron, and LeBron has clearly taken the back seat to him. We've seen him do it through the regular season, and in the most pivotal game of the Luka-LeBron tandem, that was last night, because down 0-1 at home, you cannot, if you're the Lakers, drop a second one to these thirsty Timberwolves and have them do you the same way they did the Nuggets in the conference semifinals last year, winning 2 on the road, coming back. It was a series. It was a fight. It went all the way to 7, but those 2 on the road to open that series is what gave Ant, Cat, McDaniels, and the whole crew the confidence they needed to carry through and win that series. LeBron knew it. Luka knew it. There's only been 5 teams in the history of the NBA to drop the first 2 games at home and then still come back and win that series. The Lakers would have been up against an incredible mountain. But because they have Luka and because they have LeBron James, who is so smart with the basketball, because they have J.J. Redick, who is so maniacal and such a smart –
Nobody wanted him, by the way. Everyone questioned J.J. Redick and why he got the job.
I knew it from out of the gates that J.J. would be good, and it's because he has LeBron James.
Right. And
come on. What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, for sure. And Luka Doncic helps too. Theo, my big takeaway from that game last night, that's Luka's team. It's Luka's team.
Yeah.
I love Bron to death. You know I'm the biggest LeBron James fan around. But watching that game last night, him facilitating the basketball, scoring at a high level, it's Luka's team now.
It is. But you're saying that, and it's not even that. That's a hefty statement. LeBron is on the other side of 40. Luka is in the prime of his career at 26 years old. He has a point to prove right now because as he and the Lakers are trying to ascend to a championship, his former franchise that got rid of him in the middle of the night not only are descending into one of the worst organizations in the NBA, at least when it comes to public perception, they also have been bad-mouthing his name. Defense wins championship. Luka can't be the guy you build around to create a championship culture. Like, he has a point to prove and not just a bone to pick by, the chip on his shoulder that he feels like he always has as Luka Doncic. I want to go back to the original statement, though, with Luka. You say it's his team.
It's his team now.
I say it's not his league. He's not the face of it, but it's his league right now when it comes to being one of those guys, one of those capital G guys that you don't want to have the ball in his possession. And I noticed that by the way in which the Lakers react when Luka has the ball, as well as how the Timberwolves were responding as those possessions would boil out. Did you feel the angst in the air every single time, especially when it was Rudy Gobert who got matched up with him and put on an island? But every time Luka started kind of getting crafty with the dribble and slowing down the pace and sizing up his man, and once you realize it's just him and whoever the hell else is in front of him, you know what's about to happen. It's inevitable.
Hibachi, as my guy Gilbert Arenas used to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cooking him up.
And the thing about that is that means the Lakers have 2 guys flirting with the top 5 most feared with the ball in their hands guys in the league right now. And when you have that and you're in a 7-game series and you have a coach that is not afraid to make adjustments in J.J. Redick and you have 2 of the top 3 or 4 smartest players on the planet, you have a chance to win despite any kind of talent deficit, and also despite any kind of depth issue, which the Lakers have both.
Totally agree. And I'm going to focus on the depth issue a little bit. Reeves, LeBron, Luka, they got to have big games in order to win series. There's nothing outside of this. You see Ant, and listen, I don't mean to, get all over Jackson Hayes, but you see Anthony Edwards absolutely posterize that poor kid last night.
Ant got all over him first, so you wouldn't be the first to do it in the past 12 hours.
For sure. Outside of those three that I mentioned, Reeves, James, Luka, there's nothing on that team. And it's funny because Dave McMenamin, who covers the Lakers for ESPN, I was watching him this morning, and he was reporting, he goes, Luka looked at me after that game last night and said, did I pass the ball enough for you? Did I facilitate the ball enough for you people last night?
9 assists.
That's what he needs to do, though. That's the style of play Luka needs to. He needs to embrace inner LeBron. He needs to embrace Miami Heat LeBron.
Yeah.
He needs to embrace Miami Heat LeBron, where the ball is going to be in his hands. And I think it's different for Bron, Theo. He's kind of playing off ball a little bit.
A lot of it.
He's probably
more than he ever has in his career.
Yes, and it's like LeBron is always a player who has had the ball in his hands, but LeBron is so damn good.
Yeah.
He's like a chameleon. He could do whatever you need him. Yeah, Theo, he could play the 5. He could go down low and rebound and box out and do whatever he needs to do for his team to win. I just think it's getting used to each other.
Yeah.
I complained to Colin yesterday. I said, how haven't the Lakers, in game 1, LeBron and Luka weren't on the same page. Let's be completely honest. J.J. Redick came out and said, we weren't ready for that game in so many words.
It wasn't just that. It was the Timberwolves hit shots.
And that too.
The Lakers were probably played it just about the same on offense both games. The difference is this time around, the T-Wolves hit their shots, and they were roughed up a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think the big point was Luka and LeBron were not on the same page, and that's what I was complaining about. You had 30, 35 games to figure this thing out. How wasn't that figured out game 1 of the playoffs? But to your point, you keep bringing up J.J. Redick. Fair play to him, because he was great on the offensive end, but defensively, especially what they did with Anthony Edwards.
Hey, take a listen to this, and this is why I say, before this series tipped off, I had the Timberwolves winning it in 6 at home. This is why I'm now starting to feel nervous. I'm sticking with my pick. I will not back down yet. I'm starting to feel nervous because while I admit Luka's the number 1 most feared guy with the ball in his hands, LeBron is flirting with top 5 currently in the NBA. I'm not talking about all time. Currently, right now, today, he's flirting with top 5 most feared with the ball in his hands guys. If the Timberwolves are going to win this series and make a push for the finals, Anthony Edwards has to be one of those type of dudes. Last night, he wasn't, and it was likely because of what JJ did in the adjustments.
I don't know. It seemed like every time I caught the ball, they kind of went in a zone in a sense. So it's kind of confusing at times. But we'll watch film and be ready.
See, that hurts. That hurts right
does,
there, man.
But Finch, to your point of the Timberwolves and the team that they are, they got a great coach. They got a great coach in Finch, and the fact that Anthony Edwards is so open about that, I think, is what makes him great.
That's it.
That's what makes him great.
That's it.
Because he knows that he struggled. He knows that the team wasn't ready for whatever the hell that was last night. What was that, by the way? Theo, I played a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen it.
This is so...
That's like Phil... I don't want to say Phil Jackson-esque because I don't want to compare JJ and Phil Jackson.
I would love that, by the way.
But you know what I mean, though? That was like Phil Jackson-esque with the way that was drawn up.
But I'll tell you what it was, and this is why, as much as I can credit JJ Redick, if there's a credit pie we're giving out for last night's win, again, Lakers 94-85, tying the series at 1-1 in the opening round here. There's a credit pie. I think LeBron is going to have to deserve a huge portion of that because it is much easier to be a respected, revered, and also competent coach when not only do you have LeBron James in a uniform on your team, but also you have the full commitment and buy-in from LeBron. Did you see the tenacity in which he was playing defense from the tip last night? That was the difference for the Lakers.
Did you hear what he was listening to on his way to the crypto arena?
What was it?
He was listening to a little NWA because he said he had to get into his little inner dog on the defensive end. Yeah. That's why I told you LeBron is a chameleon. Yeah. Whatever you need, and the fact that at his age, Theo, we'll disagree on this all day long. He's the best player of all time.
Oh, yeah, stop it.
He's the best.
Mike.
He's the best player of all time.
Hold the brakes. Hold on. Mike, before I'm going to let you finish. I will. I promise you will. I will. Here on Theoretically Speaking, Again, it's usually C-Cat and myself, Theo Dorsey. We do not usually allow for irresponsible statements like what Mike Rizzo is doing right here. Now, Mike is from Cleveland. For my audience that's not familiar with your game, he's from Cleveland. He's a great dude. Russo and Rizzo 4-6. Usually that's where they fire off the bad takes, but I'm allowing Mike in here today because we needed him. C-Cat's out sick. He's in a pinch. You're pinch hitting. And so, Mike, I will let you continue with your take. That was just like a spoiler alert for my audience.
It's okay.
You can't spew out false narratives like that and then not give some kind of warning. So continue. Yeah. So LeBron's the best ever. Oh, my God.
Yes, and for him, for him to take a step back, Theo, and realize, hey, the way I've played for the last 20-some years isn't going to work on this current team because I got a guy in Luka Doncic who's next up. I got a guy in Luka who is going to be an MVP candidate for the next 10 years. What I find fascinating as well, how do you think Anthony Davis feels? This was supposed to be his team, Theo. Remember when the whole AD trade went down? It's the Lakers are planning for life after LeBron. Mm-hmm. And listen, I love Rich Paul to death. I love Bron and his boys to death. But they pulled some strings to get Anthony Davis to LA.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's call it a spade.
That's all, folks. That's all, folks. The little shirt and pelt. Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade. For Anthony Davis to be thrown to the side and be like, all right, Luka's our guy. There's got to be something there. But to bring it full circle,
well, Davis didn't perform. Davis also wasn't available.
He did it. He was inconsistent. He was inconsistent. It's not. He was available, Theo. He just was inconsistent. And Luka is the kind of player. I'm interested to see where you're on the spectrum on this. I told Colin, I rather have Kawhi Leonard and players of that caliber and that style of play, Theo, than Jokic at the end of the game. Kawhi Leonard's going to pick his spot on the court and hit a jumper. Luka Doncic is going to pick his spot on the court and hit a jumper. What, you're going to throw it downloaded to the Joker and he's going to do his old man moves? And listen, the Joker's great. I'm not disrespecting the Joker. Don't take it like that. Yeah. But I rather have a small forward-ish, guard-esque kind of player who's going to be able to pick his spot on the court and hit a shot. Luka can do that. Okay. Anthony Davis can't.
All right, well, let me give you then. This is interesting you bring this up. Let me give you my top 5 most feared players in the NBA right now. I'm talking about the guys in the postseason currently, too. Top 5 most feared in the NBA with the ball specifically in their hands. And before I give this list to you, I want to make one caveat. One caveat. I'm excluding Stephen Curry from consideration. And the difference between difference between Steph and everyone else on this list, you fear that man the moment he starts his morning routine.
Yeah.
You fear that man the moment he puts his socks on, he laces up his little Under Armours, he walks into the gym, he throws the warm-ups off and he enters the game like he is a guy that you're worried about from the jump.
Post-Durant era, yes. Yeah, Before that, no.
Even still, his motion off the ball, his ability to shoot and stretch the floor, game plan against him. So, but what I'm saying is he's different. Okay. He's different. I can't have him.
He's on his own level.
He's on his own level.
LeBron,
I'm talking about
right now. You're talking about right now. Most feared right now.
Because he's also equally feared with the ball as he is without the ball. And the guys I'm about to list to you, oftentimes if they don't have the ball in their hands, you can ignore them.
Okay.
Because they're not moving around. They're not threatening the defense. They're standing and waiting on their turn. So here it is. I'm looking for some basketball music. Here we go. Let's get some NBA on TNT. My top 5 guys, capital G guys, in the playoffs right now that you fear with the ball in their hands. And we'll start at the back end of the list. This might sound sacrilegious, but Number 5, I'm going Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
Number 5, he hasn't done it enough against high-level competition in the postseason for me to feel it. He can prove it this year.
He can. He's not going to prove it this series because the Grizzlies are an absolute disgrace.
Well, yeah, not this series. This will be a walkover.
It will, but he has a chance. I agree. He has a chance this playoffs, and the pedigree of player. I mean, from Kentucky, the Calipari era where everybody and their brother that was one and done was going to Kentucky. So I totally agree. SGA on that level.
He'll win MVP. He's number 5 on this list. He can prove his playoff prowess this year, starting in the second round, likely against the Clippers. Next on the list, speaking of
Number 4,
players, capital G guys that are most feared with the ball in their hands today, Kawhi Leonard. It feels low, but wait till I get to the rest of my list.
It is low.
It feels low, but here's the one difference.
Recency bias too, right?
Here's the one difference. It is recency bias. If I just went Kawhi, he had that epic game, hyper efficient. It was very nostalgic of the Kawhi of old. Here's the difference with Kawhi and other guys. I don't fear him as a playmaker as much. So these other guys, when they have the ball in their hands, you have to be watching for everything. Oftentimes when Kawhi does get his little separation or he gets an isolation, puts a guy on an island, you know what he's about to do. You just have to live with him getting a above average or good shot over you and hope he misses.
He's Kobe-esque in that.
He is.
He's Kobe-esque in that.
It is so fundamentally sound. It is robotic in a good way. Kawhi Leonard, the number fourth most feared guy with the ball in his hands. Well, then who's next?
Number 3.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I disagree.
Mike,
I disagree.
Mike,
Kawhi should be higher than Giannis at this point right now.
I
he had
hear
34
you.
last night. Didn't even matter.
I hear you. And the issue is not Giannis in Milwaukee. And later this week, we'll be talking about which teams, which players have the most pressure on them to perform. The Bucks better put up or show up, because if they keep letting this guy go out there,
they're cooked,
and deliver it all, and they give him absolutely no help. Not only are they cooked this year in the playoffs, they're cooked when it comes to their future holding onto the Greek Freak.
Let's quickly do the Bucks. Damian Lillard, aging. Love Dame, aging. They have no good young players. They've missed in the draft. They don't have draft picks, and they have no money. No money, no draft picks, no young players. Old Damian Lillard. You legitimately have one player, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo. How does that get better? And hang on, one more thing. Doc Rivers. Now, I want to give him some credit. Doc is a championship coach. For play to him. But since 2008, choker, he is a choker. Choker.
The last time Doc Rivers won a championship was the same year of the last time the Pistons won a playoff game before a couple of nights ago. It's been a while.
2008.
It's been a while.
I mean, it was the first.
And that win came against Doc Rivers' Celtics.
It did, and it was the first year of the big three with Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce.
Giannis in the past 2 games, we get the 2 losses to the Pacers, 36 points on 60% shooting and 34 points on 70% shooting. He gets a good shot most times. He's so physically dominant. That's why I have him over Kawhi. He's also better as a passer these days. Number 2 on my list of most feared NBA players with the ball in their hands.
Number 2.
Nikola Jokic. It didn't look that way at the back end of the Clippers-Nuggets game, too.
It's hard
and that's
for
because
a big man.
He's fatigued.
My take
He's not a big man like that, though.
He's not, but it's still hard for a big man-esque like Joker to hit that step-back jumper and to pick the shot on the court.
He does it, though. He does it. That's the crazy thing is the Joker can hit step-back jumpers. He's good with a floater in the mid-range. He's good from any spot on the floor.
Theo, he's not the guy on that team to do that. That's Jamal Murray.
He's 7
How
foot
are you
tall.
giving Jamal Murray a chance? You had 2 looks, Theo. You got to give Jamal Murray a chance to tie the game and send it into overtime.
He should be the one taking the last shot, but it should come in an action with Nikola Jokic. Murray's at his biggest, at his most threatening when it's in tandem with Joker, though.
If only they had a head coach to draw up a play. If only they had a head coach to draw up a play.
Also, 7 turnovers from the Joker a couple of nights ago against the Clippers. Not good. Not good.
All right,
but he's shown me. He's shown me before. He's led a team to a title.
Fair play.
Most feared?
Number 1.
Said it earlier. I'll say it again. Luka Doncic, what he did to the Timberwolves last night in response to what Ant Edwards did to them a couple of nights ago, that is why the Lakers have a shot. Not because of J.J. Redick, not because of LeBron James, because Luka Doncic has elevated to the most threatening player with the ball in his hands. If your team is going against the Lakers and anybody other than Luka has the ball in their hands, you feel a little bit of comfortability. You feel a little bit of safety.
You do.
But when that man touches the ball, you inevitably feel like things are going to go wrong. And for the T-Wolves, no matter who was guarding him, time after time, he had his way. Jaden McDaniels is an elite perimeter defender. He's a little too thin. Luka beats him with the bumps and the shoulders to the chest. You look at anybody else. If Julius Randle gets matched up on him, he's strong enough, not necessarily quick enough. And the change of pace in which Luka drives the ball with is so like conniving. I think Austin Reeves, he also is pretty good about change of pace, misdirection, hitting shots from a weird angle, and having good touch around the rim.
My 2 cents was going to be the ability to hit tough shots is LeBron-esque, Kobe-esque, Jordan-esque for Luka.
Yeah.
And some of the shots that Luka hit are absolutely ridiculous. Did you see him do his Steph Curry imitation last night?
I saw it, and he talked about it too, man. He's on a tear.
He is.
He's on a tear.
He is, but hang on. They needed that game. They needed that game, and they needed him to be on a tear like that.
It showed from the jump. They outscored the T-Wolves 34-15 in the first quarter. The Timberwolves shot 28% in the opening period as well. and they did not. They were bricking it all night long from three. I don't expect this to be a turning of the tide in the series. I think they'll go back and forth. This is going to be a 6 or 7 game series. I still have Minnesota winning it, but
fine.
Ant has to elevate. Ant has to prove himself to be a guy that deserves to be on that list, and so far he is not.
Let's put our shoes with Ant Edwards and a Timberwolf fan.
Yeah.
Job done. You got home court.
No, can't think that way. Ant said it
Time
before
out.
the game.
Game three, though, and Ant said that in so many words in the postgame thing. Job done on the road trip.
Yeah.
You split. You got a series doesn't start until the road team wins the game.
It's
well, guess what? That happened in the first game. Too many times.
They have home court advantage right now.
And specifically with the NBA as a league, Theo. How many times do we see a series switch and that first game be like a 30-point blowout for the home team? I want good games. I hope we don't get that game, but why do I think Minnesota is going to be due for like a 20-point absolute blowout win, and then we have a signature LeBron must-win game 4 on the road?
Trying to check.
Am I wrong on that, though?
Their next game is Friday, or is it going to be? It's going to be Friday.
Am I wrong on that, though?
That happens often in the NBA.
And even with the team like the Timberwolves, who are good with home court, I could totally see this being a blowout.
Well, the Lakers went all out. The Lakers played LeBron and Luka, I believe, both of them 40-plus minutes.
They need to. They have no choice.
They dialed back Jackson Hayes' minutes, who was abysmal in the few minutes he did play.
Posterized.
So it's almost like, did they show all of their cards too early in the series? They had to do it. But will Chris Finch, will Anthony Edwards, more importantly, be able to respond and read those coverages accurately and be able to move with the same swiftness we've seen him do in the past? Like, Ant could easily have a 45-point game 3, and this series can look all but over. Mm-hmm. But again, he has to look like a guy that deserves to be on that list. I listed out the guys, right? Shea, Kawhi, Giannis, Jokic, and Luka. All of those guys right now, better problem solvers, better playmakers in big spots, and scorers than Ant is right now. The T-Wolves don't have anybody else to go to. Julius Randle's game is limited.
It is.
All right, right. Like, he's going to do one thing and one thing only. Get to the left hand somewhere deep into the near the rim.
I could argue Cat wasn't even that player last year.
Cat wasn't. He wasn't. He showed up small for them in the Western Conference Finals. That's why they lost. That's why they got rid of him outside of the Supermax stuff. So, again, Ant has to prove to be one of those top 5 guys. Other guys on the precipice before we go to break, and then I'll ask the audience themselves who is the most feared in the NBA with the ball in their hands. Guys in the conversation. Cade Cunningham for the Pistons. He's knocking on the door. I don't have a door knock, but I got a gavel slam, and it sounds similar.
There you go.
He's knocking on that door.
I was going to give you one of these.
Paolo Banchero. He's knocking on that door. Can he do something tonight? Can he split?
Yeah, and
in
he
Boston
had a good.
tonight?
In his defense, he had a good game 1.
He's got nobody else around him.
The team failed him.
It's Giannis and Paolo in the East right now by themselves.
Quickly on the Magic, 41-41, big down year for them.
Yeah,
and a lot of
he was out for a lot of the year.
Correct, but like the Suggs, the Wagner, I thought they'd take the next step this year.
They will. I think next year will be their year. They showed they were the best team in Florida early. They finished as the best team in the state as well. And I think a win for them is if they can steal at least one game in the series. Don't get swept, and I feel good about their year.
They have their 1A.
So I ask you, theoretically speaking, fans, who's the one guy in the NBA that maybe we left off or we named but didn't give enough credit to, who you fear the most when the basketball is in their hands? 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Tap into the show. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. Mike Rizzo is in for CCAT, and you let me know. Who am I missing? Who's the most feared in the league? Who's dangerous with the pill? And it doesn't matter where they're at on the court. It doesn't matter the situation, but you feel fear in your heart, shivering down to your ankles when they have the grasp of the ball, and that was Luka last night for the Lakers over the Timberwolves. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more about visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. 888-760-3776. The most feared in the league. Woo-wee! Hey, Rizzo. Day away, your Browns picking number 2. Are you excited?
I'm excited. And
you nervous? They've screwed this up before.
Yeah, a little nervous. At this point, Theo, it can't really get any worse, right? And I'm very optimistic with next year with Joe Flacco, and I still think the Browns have like a 2-year window to take advantage of a pretty good roster.
Stefanski would hope so. We talk about that and more on the other side with the Get Around. It is, theoretically speaking, Rizzo in for Cat. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. It is a hump day on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet. Home of the Miami Heat, now the new home of Inter Miami. Catch all the games and the biggest matchups throughout the week right here on ESPN 106.3. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not win. Hard Rock Bet, roll with us. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida the wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
This Mother's Day, give Mom a gift with endless possibilities. Give her a gift card to the Breakers Palm Beach. The Breakers gift card lets you treat Mom to all the things she loves, like irresistible oceanfront getaways, lessons at the Breakers' new golf and racket club, pampering at the exquisite spa, and shopping at the resort's stylish collection of boutiques. Gift cards may also be used for dining at the Breakers' renowned restaurants and bars, including Echo, Henry's Palm Beach, HMF, and Flagler Steakhouse. And now, for a limited time, when you purchase a $500 gift card online at thebreakers.com, you'll receive an additional $50 on that card, compliments of the Breakers. You can never repay Mom for all she's done, but a gift card to the Breakers Palm Beach is a great way to start. Visit thebreakers.com today.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Cruise the campus, explore the circuit, experience F1 Miami like never before. Your general admission ticket to the 2025 Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix is here. Immerse yourself in the action with unparalleled access to different campus zones. Enjoy thrilling activities, live entertainment, and endless food and beverage options while witnessing the race, all for less than $150 per day. Visit F1MiamiGP.com to secure your spot at the 2025 Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix.
NFL Draft Week on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach, Hard Rock Bet, and Hurricane Grill and Wings. Hear every draft pick on ESPN 106.3.
This Work Zone Awareness Week, take a moment to think about the people behind the cones. Road workers risk their lives to keep Florida highways safe. Speeding, distractions, and ignoring signs can be deadly. Slow down, stay alert, and follow the rules. It's the best way to protect workers and yourself. Together, we can make a difference. From the Florida Department of Transportation, respect the zone so we all get home.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
The dreaded 0-2 hole in the NBA playoffs. The dreaded 0-2 hole. Couple of teams trying to stay out of it. Matter of fact, 3 of them, that being the Heat, the Magic, and the Houston Rockets. Only one of those teams will be a home team. The Rockets tonight against the Warriors, and really that should be the only team or game that has any real interest. The 9:30 tip-off on TNT as the Warriors try to get a commanding 2-0 lead over Houston in Houston. That would be incredible. We're about to do a get-around here. Before we do, I have to tell y'all, my good people here, about the thrills and the chills of EDS air conditioning and plumbing. I mean, I just literally earlier here, Mike, before the show, I know you were like, where the hell's Theo at? Is he always just gone like 10 minutes before we tip off? No. Usually I'm here a little earlier. But I took a little stroll down Rosemary here to a coffee shop. Smooth little coffee shop. But the problem was not the food or the drink I got. Both were immaculate. Problem was the walks in between. It was only like 2 or 3 blocks, but I was sweating through my shirt.
Full hot.
It has gotten, it's extremely hot these days. And I know if it's hot outside, it could be hot in your home in an instant, in a jiffy, if your air conditioning unit fails on you. This is the time of year, if you have any issues that maybe didn't pop up when it was a little cooler because your unit didn't have to work as hard, it didn't have to churn as often, this is when your unit can fail you. I've been there. And when I did get there, multiple times since I moved here to Palm Beach County, by the way, I did not learn my lesson the first time. It wasn't until the second time it happened, the second straight summer, that I tapped in with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. And ever since, I've been in good hands. EDSisyes.com. They are the ones, the trained AC and plumbing experts. They've been serving this area since 2006, keeping you cool, keeping me cool. I'll ask you the question, just honestly, only answer if it's on it. Is your air or water flowing perfectly in your home? The answer is no. EDS is yes. All right, when comfort matters, they're there to save your day. My guy, Randy, he's the technician that generally pulls up to my crib. He's hooked it up. He helped me realize that though the air filters tell me you can switch it out every 3 months, I burn a lot of candles. My wife loves candles. Love candles. If you want to gift the Dorsey household anything, just get a candle. She loves them. She burns a lot of them. That burns through our air filters. I have to rotate those things more often than not. And the reason being, it was messing up my AC unit, but thankfully my technician told me that it's not just repairs, it's preventative care. They take care of you when you are with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. They're not just trying to make a buck, they're trying to make you comfortable. EDSisyes.com. All right, Mike. So when you're about to book a big travel, a big trip,
yeah,
are you more concerned with flight comfortability, accommodations where you're staying, like how good that is, like where's your big spending coming at, or is it more so about the activations and environments and experiences you do when you get there?
No, I'm bougie.
What's number one?
Where I'm staying when
yes,
I'm there.
I agree.
And then flight. But like Theo, my go-to, I'm not rich enough for first class consistently yet. So
just get the upgrade.
Yeah.
Just like hope for the upgrade.
Get zone 1 so I could throw my bag up there, and I need a window seat.
Window's the best. Aisle sucks because my knee pokes out into the aisles. My legs are a little long. My extremities.
You're about 6'3". I'm about 6'2". We're too tall, bro.
You gave me a couple inches there, but I'll take them.
We're too tall.
Let's get into the get around, the big trip around the sports headlines to make sure that we tackle the biggest, the baddest, so that if you're at home, if you're on the road, you can't look up all the headlines. Well, we're giving them right to you. Time now for the get around. I'm sorry, man. It just
too easy.
Yeah, it just was. It was too easy. Had to back off of that.
Pause,
I couldn't.
Bro.
Yeah,
pause.
Yeah, sorry. Where we going? Where we going to pull up to first?
Next stop.
Okay, Cleveland, Ohio. You're supposed to. I forgot to tell you. You're supposed to say the location in the line. Do you have it?
Cleveland, Ohio.
It's your home.
Hold on. Go ahead, D. Go ahead.
Okay. Where are we going first?
Next stop.
We're going to Cleveland, Ohio, Theo. Sorry about that. We're going to Cleveland, Ohio. Multiple insiders are reporting that teams have been calling the Browns about the number 2 overall pick in order to get Travis Hunter. Theo, my question to you, is Travis Hunter worth trading up for?
Yes, and hell yes. I ask you this. Do you think the Falcons regret, back in, I believe it was 2011, moving up in the draft, moving several picks, I believe multiple first-round picks to go get Julio Jones?
Wow, no.
Yeah. You don't even remember what those other
receiver.
picks turned into.
Let's hang on quickly on Julio Jones. It's like the best receiver in the league for about a decade.
Yeah.
Easily. It was Calvin Johnson.
Antonio Brown was in there. But the most consistently the top, like, he stayed in the top 3 for the longest.
He was. But AB was unreal. Yeah. And for multiple years, Julio Jones was up there.
So, and the reason why I asked that is because the Falcons traded up from 27 to 6 to get Julio Jones. Now, people knew Julio would be great. That was also A.J. Green in that draft class. So there were other options, but also Travis Hunter's a little different. I would argue Travis Hunter is more valuable than what Julio Jones was because of his versatility to both play defensive back and wide receiver. I think Travis Hunter, and it's not going to happen, I think he's worth more draft capital than teams in the past have used to trade up for quarterbacks. And that's not even like, it shouldn't be that bold of a statement.
Because of his both ways ability?
He's going to work out. When you pick a quarterback, even if it's in the top 10, top 15, first round in general, it's a coin flip at best.
And to your point,
he's going to work out. He's going to be a great pro.
In Theo and I's pre-show meeting, you showed me what Browns head coach pull it up, Theo, because I think it's interesting. You showed me what Kevin Stefanski had when he had a conversation with Travis Hunter.
Yes.
And I loved the answer. You loved the answer. Travis Hunter basically said,
Here, I got you right here.
Go ahead.
I got you. This from Daniel Elyafusi, who covers the Browns for ESPN, one of my guys. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski said he spoke with Travis Hunter about how there's only so much time in a day, and he would have to meet extra with coaches to play on both sides in the NFL. He told him, hey, look, I get it. You like playing both ways. If you come to Cleveland, it's going to take a little bit of extra out of your day. Here's Travis Hunter's response, Palm Beach County native, Heisman winner. He made a comment that he's a fisherman. He gets up at 5 in the morning often, so it's not a problem for him. Travis Hunter's a different dude. It's not just about what his versatility and his skills are on the field. It's also off the field. He cares about football, number one, and everything else is second. And the other thing that's closest to it is probably family and fishing.
Theo, when this draft situation originally started, I was all in on Shedeur Sanders as a Brown fan. Well, then they go out and get Joe Flacco, the fever. Hey, Theo, there's a bird flu in Cleveland, and it's called Flacco fever.
Yeah, that's...
And I have Flacco fever. I'm all in on Travis Hunter. I'm all in on Travis Hunter. And Johnny Sabalik, a big Brown fan, hit on the chat, said, drafting Hunter, you almost get two players. That's where I'm at.
You do.
That's where I'm at.
You get two players for one. Wouldn't you want that?
If I'm going to hold myself accountable, if I'm going to hold myself accountable, and when I say the Browns have about 2 years of taking advantage of this current roster, Hunter's the perfect player to help that process out.
Yes.
With Denzel Ward, with Myles Garrett, with Joe Flacco. The offensive line was bad last year, but I think it'll be better this year.
He's the one guy that if you had a chance to pick him and you walk away from this draft without him, you will always eternally regret not pulling the trigger. I think that's why the Browns need to stick and pick unless there is a Godfather offer.
Next stop.
Well, Theo, we are going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'll tell you what. Good Karma Brands is our owner of our ESPN West Palm. We have stations in Milwaukee. We have stations in Madison. I'm assuming it's doomsday there with the Bucks falling to 0-2 against the Pacers last night. 123-115 loss. The series is shifting on home for the Bucks. Doc Rivers had a bold statement. Doc Rivers, a coach who I've been highly critical of. Let's take a listen to Doc Rivers and what he had to say post-game about this series.
Going into game 3, you mentioned trending in the right direction, but also starting with some of the struggles there. Clearly, you switched it up in the second half, right? Yeah. To go with, I guess you just start game 3 and trust that adjustments will be made and things.
We'll just see. We have time. We have 48 hours. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing right now because I don't know. But we'll figure it out. I'm very confident about this series. Very.
Hang on, Theo. I'm really Doc never has a voice after these games.
He doesn't have him before the games. That's his voice. But I will say this for Doc Rivers. I'm confident about the Bucks going forward in this series, but it's not because of you. It's because of Giannis. Giannis had that look in his eye after this one. Damian Lillard has a bit of his legacy on the line because he's getting chirped at heavily by Tyrese Halliburton. That is a dude packed with pride. That was his first game back in multiple months. About 1 month. I don't think he's going to recoil and have an effort like he did last night. I think the Bucks do even this thing up at 2 apiece. We come back to game 5 and see what happens, and I think it's more to do with the play of Giannis and Damian Lillard working himself into the series. He averaged 31 a game for the Bucks last year against the Pacers when they dropped, I think Indiana won that series in 6, but it was no Giannis.
Yep.
I think the cupboard is bare in Milwaukee. But I do think that between Giannis and Dame, and more specifically Giannis, they have enough to get through this Pacers team Just got to have a couple of hot nights at home.
You think they're going to win the series?
No. More so even back up at 2 apiece, and then we'll see what happens. Doc Rivers believes because he's been on the other side of it so many times. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah. I'd blow 3-1 leads, 2-0 leads. I've blown all kind of leads. Any lead is available to get taken away from him. So I get why he has that kind of faith. My faith is in the Greek Freak.
Yeah, I like Indiana in this because of the home court advantage. I think Indiana is probably going to win because they've won their 2 games at home. Theo, there is.
Bucks can wear off 4 straight.
All right. Well, let me change this up a little bit. What makes you think that they could even win a game in this series after watching that Bucks team?
Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think that you go back home and you hope the role players are a little bit more solid. Giannis realizes, he said it himself at the press conference, I know what I have to do now. He's going to be a more dominant player. The buck stops with him now. And again, if the Pacers have an answer for it, then they win the series. We'll know for sure about a quarter into game 3. Giannis is going to come out guns blazing. If he has his way, which is what I expect him to do, because it's not like they've stopped him so far. They just stopped everybody else. Giannis is going to have his way. All you need now is for Kuzma to show up. Hey, Bobby Portis, make a jumper or 2 here for me. Like Dame. I know that was your first game back. What did he have? 11, 14 points?
Yep.
He'll be better.
Yep.
The Bucks will even it up at 4.
Is he that player anymore, Steve? Is Dame that player, that 2B player?
He is. He's a number 2. He's a second option on the team that could win a playoff series. I'm not saying they're going to win it.
After watching Kawhi Leonard, I needed to put respect back on that man's name. I was hoping to do the same thing with Damian Lillard.
The problem with Lillard is the defense. That's the issue.
It is.
That's the issue.
It is.
We'll skip.
Next stop.
We'll skip over. Actually, you know what? How about we go out to the A? Let's go to the A. We'll end the get around at the A, and we'll finish some stuff on the other side.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You're meaning the Georgia.
Yes, the Milroe thing is not happening.
Mixed up. Atlanta, Georgia. Theo, Atlanta, Georgia. The Athletic's Diana Rossini is reporting the Steelers, Browns, and Vikings are all considering a trade for Falcons backup quarterback Kirk Cousins. Cousins has a no-trade clause. What should be his preferred destination? And can I add a caveat?
Yeah.
Who the hell wants Kirk Cousins? I think that's who in their right mind wants Kirk Cousins?
What team are you a fan of again?
Stop it. Do not put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm just saying.
I'd rather have Joe Flacco than Kirk Cousins.
Well, you have Joe Flacco.
There's bird fever, Theo.
All right.
It's time for you to get,
all right, to
get hip.
Here's what I'll say. Would you rather have Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers?
Brett Michaels. I'd rather probably have Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers.
I think that's a poor decision. I would take Cousins over Rodgers for this specific decision or reason.
I take everything that Rodgers brings, Theo.
He doesn't bring anything.
Because it's better on the field.
He doesn't bring anything.
Dude, Kirk was unplayable the final 10 games
only
of the
for
season.
A couple of games.
Stop
only for a few
it.
games.
Stop it. 10 games.
They only for a few games was he unplayable. Kirk is bad. What did Rodgers do? What has Rodgers done for you? For the Jets. For the Packers in his last year.
He missed the playoffs, but listen,
he didn't show up.
The caliber of quarterback that Rodgers is gives you more than Cousins.
At least Cousins is a willing mentor. He is not going to be a problem in your locker room. He'll only be a problem in the offseason when he makes excuses for how poorly he played, and then mostly he's doing that because he's levying for another contract, because Kirk Cousins, above all other things, is a bag getter. That's what he is. And if I'm Kirk and I'm looking at the Steelers, Browns, Vikings are staying in Atlanta, I would tell him, stay put. No need in moving the family. You're not starting in Minnesota. You're not starting in Cleveland. You're not starting in Pittsburgh, because I believe they're walking away with Shedeur Sanders, and he would likely beat you
Hang
out.
on, you can't just do that. Hold on.
In the preseason.
Where's it? Give me a buzzer. Give me something, Theo. You can't
We'll stop the get around. We'll just stop the music. This is dramatic pause right here.
Brother, you can't just say that.
Why can't I say that?
You can't just say that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go get Shedeur Sanders and not give me any context. How? Are you going to fall 20 picks?
Yeah. I think he falls to the Steelers at 21.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's not that hot of a take.
So they're gonna steal. Let me get this straight.
I would prefer Jalen Milroe, by the way, over any of these other quarterbacks outside of Cam Ward.
Wow.
I would prefer Jalen Milroe, but I believe there's even a chance that somebody else gets Milroe over Shedeur before the Steelers get their hands on Sanders.
Let me put it in perspective real quick.
Yeah.
The Steelers low-key reached on Kenny Pickett. I don't think they do the same thing here. I hear you. They need a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is about as reliable as
he's not reliable. And I think that ship is getting close to sailing. I know that's not what the insiders are reporting to you, but Mike Tomlin's a serious man.
Well, hang on.
And I don't think he waits around. If Rodgers don't make a decision before the draft tips off, I think it's over with.
Mike Tomlin was at the breaker saying he was confident in Mason Rudolph. Okay. So
he's more confident in him than he would be in Rodgers. Mason Rudolph has won more than Rodgers in the past couple of years.
Stop it.
Played a playoff game.
I'm not listening to that.
Who's played in the playoff game more recently, Rodgers or Mason Rudolph?
It has nothing to do with Mason Rudolph.
Well, what did the Jets have last year? Apparently they were a quarterback away. They got a quarterback, and they lost every freaking game.
3,800 passing yards for Rodgers. I understand
what does that mean?
I understand the point.
3,800 passing yards for what?
Played well at the end of the year. I understand.
Are you making excuses for Aaron Rodgers right now?
I have been for the last week now.
I don't understand what would the point.
I've been making excuses on him on Russo and Rizzo too.
This is okay.
Listen,
theoretically trivia. We're gonna open up the second hour after we're done with trivia with what we're talking about right here, specifically your Rodgers obsession, because I think he might be playing you for a fool, and I'm trying to save you. He's playing you for a fool. If you want to win a $25 gift card to Duffy's, you're going to want to tap in right now. Theoretically, trivia is going to be on the other side. Kay Chumsland is going to pull up with the questions. You pick Mike Rizzo. You pick Theo Dorsey. Whoever wins it gets you a $25 gift card. You get richer. You get your appetite fed. And we get happy because we got you there. 888-760-3776. Again, the number to call in now. All you got to do is pick your fighter. We'll duke it out. You could win $25 to Duffy Sports Grill. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. It's time for some theoretically trivia. I be whipping C-Cat tail up and down the road. I think he skipped out on this Wednesday, Mike.
Because he's sick of you beating his bum?
Yes, it's been quite some time. Now, Mike, you just whipped up on me in one-on-one on basketball, so maybe you have a chance in trivia as well.
We'll see.
We'll see. You're sitting at a spot of the underdog, though. So,
I am. I got everything. I got the deck stacked against me.
Theoretically trivia, 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Call in now. Choose your fighter, Mike or Theo, and we duke it out on the other side. This is Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
When you're in pain and an hour seems like a day seems like a month, there's only one place to go for your treatment. Pain Care Florida. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Time waits for no one, especially when you're in pain. Visit paincareflorida.com. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today.
Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan man!
Let's go to the Rapids. Go splash, go wild, go together. With over 40 water slides and family-friendly fun, there's something for everyone. Right now, save up to 45% off tickets and season passes. Upgrade and get unlimited visits and free parking all summer long. Experience the all-new Mega Mayhem, Florida's first dueling water coaster. Hurry, this offer ends April 30. Rapids, South Florida's largest water park. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith-Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith-Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Introducing the bold, the powerful, the all-new 2025 Range Rover Sport P530 Dynamic SE. A luxury SUV that commands attention with its refined design, dynamic performance, and cutting-edge technology. Lease the 2025 Range Rover Sport for just $15.29 per month for 36 months. Drive in style, power, and comfort, all for just $15.29 a month. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and take the new Range Rover Sport for a spin. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Y'all ever sat in on a school board meeting? That's a question. Yeah, no?
Not a school board meeting, but I had to sit in on like a PTA one time for my cousin because everyone was out of town and like I was the only.
Did you get up and speak?
I was technically her guardian, so I like showed up.
Oh, that's nice. That's different. That's like a pair. Kate Chumsman, by the way, y'all joining us in. Mike Rizzo in for CCAT. Kate Chumsman here for some theoretically trivia. Kate, you strike me as a guy that might have sat in on a couple school board meetings.
I was homeschooled, so if your parents sit you down for a talk, does that count?
Yeah, that counts. That's the board.
That's the board.
That's a meeting with the board.
100%. I've been in plenty of those.
I am, for the first time outside of my journalism career, I've done it as a journalist oftentimes back when I covered news, as a news in news TV and worked on the reporting side. For the first time today, I'm going to a Palm Beach County School Board meeting just as a advocate on behalf of others. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully they don't keep me too long. Mike, this was just me wasting a little time trying to get my gears grinding, getting my mind right, because we got some theoretically trivia right now. It's time for some Duffy's $25 gift cards to go to some lucky fans. We have 2 fans on the line. Who was first to call, Mike? Can we get them up?
So stand by. We had one person hang up. He's calling back.
Okay.
But give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
We have Andrew. We have Andrew in West Palm Beach. He's taking me, and then we have Benny, who's going to take you.
Okay. So we got Andrew taking Mike. Benny is taking me. So Benny is the lucky one. Cade, what's our topic today?
I wanted to talk about NBA playoffs.
Nice.
Where we are right in the thick of things, and I was hoping it would be like a historic NBA playoffs. I go online. Did you know that there is a Twitter page? I'm just going to do a free promotion here for them. At NBA Crazy Stats that are just mind-boggling statistics about the NBA playoffs right now. So I literally, all I had to do was search one Twitter page, and I'm set for trivia.
Perfect.
All right, boys, first up, we have Benny in Palm Beach. And here, Benny, you are on the air. What's going on, Benny?
Hey, what's going on?
So Benny is going to go with Theo.
Perfect.
Benny is going to go with Theo, and then we are. First off, Benny, are you confident? So he knew who he was taking off the back.
Benny's
I asked
a smart
him,
man.
I go, who are you going with? You going with Riz? You're going with Theo?
Yeah.
And he went with Theo. So
he heard the shakiness in your voice. So thank you, Benny.
Yeah.
Theo won me some money. Theo won me a gift card last week for my birthday.
There we go. Well, you know what? You know what? Hey, back to the well. Back to the well. Who we got on the other side?
And then, hang on, put him on hold real quick. And we have Andrew in West Palm Beach.
Riz is good at this producing thing.
He had to go with Riz. Sorry, he had to go with Riz.
Yeah.
He had no choice but to go with Riz.
You feeling good? Are you feeling good about your pick?
Oh, completely, man. He's an all-star sub producer. He's doing everything today. We're going to do it.
I love it.
Thank
you know
you,
what?
Andrew.
I like when even though a caller does not have a choice in the matter, they still pour confidence into their contestant. That's a show of faith. That's a good coach, a good leader. All right, well, let's win these good people some money. Cade, let's get things going. As we all know in Theoretically Trivia, Cade's going to ask the questions. If I blow in first, I'm the whistle. I get to answer. The hike is Mike Rizzo, who's in for C-Cat. And let's get the ball rolling.
Alrighty, guys. Again, crazy
Hold
NBA.
on, we need to get some music, by the way. I just want to get a little music. Let me see. All right, that sets the tone even better. Theoretically Trivia. Cade, give us the topic and the first question, please.
Crazy NBA stats from this year's playoffs already, guys. The Thunder won the first 2 games of their series against the Grizzlies by a combined 70 points. It's the second highest point differential in the first 2 games of a playoff series in postseason history, who outscored the Spurs by a combined 75 points in the first round series in 1986. Whistle first, Theo.
Woo! That was a tough one.
Fair
86 outscored the Spurs. It's got to be the Lakers.
It is the Lakers.
Yeah.
Well done, Theo.
Yeah, thank you. That's got to be Showtime, baby.
With Magic and Kareem and that whole squad.
Worthy.
All right, Theo up 1-0. We're going into question number 2. On Sunday night, who finished their game with the worst plus-minus in a playoff game since 96-97?
Wow.
Sunday night,
Sunday.
worst.
What's today? Wednesday. So Sunday was around game 1.
Yeah.
Had to be. Wow. Is
God.
this? I feel foolish saying
go
this,
for
but
it.
is this Ja Morant?
Incorrect.
Okay, so it comes to me. My Cavaliers played. I don't think it's anyone on the Heat. The Celtics played. Could it be anybody on the Magic? And then the first game of the day, I'm going to go with Suggs, Magic.
Wow.
Incorrect. You had the right team, Theo.
Of course. They lost by 51, Mike. How the hell?
I don't know.
Who was it?
It was Desmond Bain.
That would have been that's a tough draw. Okay, cool.
It's a tough
1-0. 1-0. It's all good. We're both in the game. 4 questions left. Let's ride.
All right. Last night, Giannis Antetokounmpo recorded his 54th career playoff double-double. He becomes the 6th player in NBA history to hold the franchise record for career double-doubles and triple-doubles in both regular season and playoffs. Name one of the other 5. Oh, I think I got a hike first out of that one. Rizzo.
The Big O, Oscar Robertson.
Oscar Robertson, what team?
Gosh, the Milwaukee Braves?
Incorrect.
Wow.
I want player and team. Because you got multiple guys working with multiple different teams.
Oh, okay.
Oscar Robertson is correct, but not with the team.
Yeah, LeBron James with the Cavs.
LeBron James with the Cavs is correct.
Why didn't you just go with the low-hanging fruit? That's easy. You're from Cleveland.
It's the Kings.
I missed out. I missed out on the question. I thought it was within the Bucks organization. I guess Big
that was
O.
actually kind of smart then, because Big O, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I thought it was within, so I got hit with the technicality.
Hey,
there.
this is your first Theoretically Trivia?
Yeah. I should have clarified that a little bit more, but I was going to do that no matter what.
I'm a vet.
So we got 2-0 right here in favor of Theo. Next one. The Timberwolves are the 24th different team LeBron James has had to face in his playoff career. Name one of the teams that he has not faced. Hike.
Kings.
The Kings are correct. Well done, Rizzo.
That was a great one. Man.
The rest of the list includes the Cavaliers, the Clippers, the Lakers, Jazz, Kings, Pelicans.
He was supposed to face the Lakers as well, man. He knows it, too. He talked about it in that
Don't even get me
Talked
started.
about it in that tell-all.
You want to get me started with
Kobe. We should have had Kobe
Howard,
and Bron.
Rashard Lewis, Hato, Turkey Glue.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Smashed on him.
All right.
2-1. How many questions left?
One more question. Rizzo with the chance to tie, and then we can potentially have overtime. In the NBA, what is it called when a player spends a significant amount of time on the court without registering a single statistic, as Kyle Kuzma showed us on Saturday night? Hike.
A dork?
Incorrect.
I was going to say a goose egg.
Incorrect. It's called a cardio game.
Okay.
So, like, the reason my AAU coach always used to say, hey, we're dorking this guy tonight. Let him shoot. You know what I mean? He's the dork on the court. You don't need to worry about him.
Yes, but that wouldn't be an NBA stat.
I don't know.
That was a good callback, though. Shout out to AAU coach.
Yeah.
Brandon in the YouTube chat calls it a Tony Snell. Does that mean I win?
It does.
Well, which means who's Benzo?
Yeah, hang on. Getting him on. There we go. Benny, you there? Benny.
Yep.
Congratulations. You are the winner of Theoretically Trivia. You get a $25 gift card to Duffy's Sports Grill. Who you taking this time around, man? Your big bank's Benny.
Say that again, bud. My bad.
I said, who you gonna bring with you to Duffy's? You got to share the love, the Duffy Sports Grill love.
I gotta bring my girl.
My
Nice,
dog.
Benji.
Hey, that is
Attaboy.
that'll be a perfect date. Congratulations again. You chose wisely. You are the MVP. Hey, thank you so much for pulling up, for asking those questions for us. Mike Rizzo, how did you like your first experience with Theoretically Trivia?
It was good. I'm a little upset that I screwed up that Oscar Robertson one. We should have had overtime there.
We should have. It would have been a good OT, and then you know what? I would have beat you in a more dramatic fashion if we had OT.
Yeah, I feel stupid.
It's okay,
about
man.
the Big O one, but
hey, happens to the best of us. Happens to C-Cat all the time. Happy hour happens every day here in the 3 o'clock hour. Tina's about to pull up, so that'll be some fun. K-Chumson, thank you for your time. Mike, stick around. Well, you kind of have to because C-Cat's gone.
Yeah, it's all good. I can't wait.
Happy hour's next, Theoretically Speaking, on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Good morning, Doctor. Doctor? Hi, Doctor. Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Experience the thrill of Formula One in Miami from May 2nd through the 4th. For the first time, one-day grandstand tickets are available, starting at just $65. Grab a 3-day grandstand ticket and catch every moment of on-track action all weekend long. Choose your vantage point from all over the track with all the breathtaking views. Visit F1MiamiGP.com to explore grandstand options at the 2025 Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix. The race, that's an experience.
And in the first round of the NFL Draft, ESPN 106.3 selects
NFL Draft Week on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by Twin Peaks, Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning, and the Boca Raton Bowl.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching in the area, with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man, your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It's hump day, baby. It's hump day. It's the happy hour. It is theoretically speaking. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. Now, the voice you're about to hear next is not C-Cat on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. Instead, it is. I'm looking at you.
Looking at me.
Yeah.
Mike Rizzo. Sorry.
Yeah, Mike Rizzo. I said
Mike Rizzo.
not C-Cat.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm producing today.
Yes.
I'm so thrilled to be here. And I'm thrilled to be on with Tina.
Yeah.
I'm never on with Tina. Tina came on.
Y'all never have Tina on Russo
no,
and Rizzo?
She did. Hang on. Did you hear the story? Did you hear she did?
What happened? Why don't you grace Florida? Now, she's part of the theoretically speaking fam anyway, so I'm glad she doesn't, but you get C-Cat all the time.
She looked at Colin and I and said, God, you guys are crazy. I don't want to come on with you guys.
I did not say I don't want to come on with them. I called them crazy, though.
I got called she's like, you guys are crazy. I don't want to come on with you guys. That was an ego bruise. That was
Is that a good thing?
No, it's not a good thing.
You said an ego boost. An ego boost.
I said bruise,
oh,
brother.
Bruise. You got your ego bruise.
I got my
Okay.
ego bruiser. I'm not crazy.
Are C-Cat and I not crazy enough to scare you off to you?
No, you guys are not.
crazy,
No.
Pretty calm.
Right?
Yeah.
But no, I am excited to be on with Tina. I'm excited to be here with you, Thea. I think I'm doing a decent enough job.
You're
right?
doing great.
I'm doing a decent enough
Bang up
job back here.
Now you're not gonna like the feeling of it. I know how it feels to lose a theoretically trivia. I've been on the other side of that thing. I mean, way less than C-Cat has.
Yeah,
it derails you a little bit, right? Because you wanted to win that money for your guy that
so
called
what was
in.
the Big O was right.
The
What
Big
did I
O-
get wrong? Like,
You got the wrong team. You got the wrong team name with
what
Oscar
was this supposed
Robinson.
to be? The Bucks? No, what did he say?
The
The
Braves.
Kings?
Or the Kings. You said the Braves, and it was the Kings.
What was I thinking of the baseball team? I was thinking of the baseball
There
team.
was a Braves. Who was the Braves before?
There was a Brave
Sacramento?
basketball team, but
Sacramento
I'm
Braves?
pretty sure the Milwaukee Braves.
Milwaukee was.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure the baseball team was the Milwaukee Braves, and they moved to Atlanta, and that's how the Brewers became. That's what mixed me up. I'm such a baseball head that, it's
big baseball head over here, Tina.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Mike Rizzo got a little upset with me because, he didn't get upset, but he rolled his eyes at me because I said I only like to go to baseball games for the hot dogs, and that's the best part about baseball. And he was like, slow down there. He was like, way more things exciting about baseball than the hot dogs, but that's just me.
To each his or own.
I love it. But at the same time, I love hot dogs. Man.
Yeah,
I could use a hot
They
dog right now.
never invite me on Russo and Rizzo, though. I basically invite myself onto their show
How about this?
if I've ever joined.
Tina, you are welcomed anytime you want on our show.
Okay, I love that.
So
No.
So
that doesn't
now-
work. That doesn't work.
What do you mean that doesn't?
You have to invite
an
me.
open, an open invite, you're welcome whenever is the same as no invite. Because it's just, there's no date to it. There's no commitment to it. It's just like an open invite like that is a screw you to somebody.
No, it's
It is. It is because it's like, okay, if you were like, yo, Theo, man, we got to get drinks sometimes, man. We got to get up. We got to get a meal. And I was like, yo, anytime. That's somebody you don't want to hang out with. When somebody tells you, yo, anytime, it's wide open, they're not really prioritizing it versus you saying, you know what, Tina, I do want you on Russo and Rizzo. In fact, what's your schedule like next week? I want to try to get you in at least for the first 30 minutes or so. We can have a little girl code or something. You know what I'm saying? You open the door, you make, you make plans.
Well, at the same, maybe we do a little love doctor with young
Love
Russo.
doctor.
He's never had a serious relationship.
Wow.
I would love that.
Kyle has never had a. I tried. I was grilling him this before I hopped on with Thea today. I'm like, dude, you had to have a girl you at least talked to a little bit that you saw consistently on a daily basis that you hung out with in Wisconsin. He goes, Riz, no.
This guy's laser focused, man.
Yeah.
Well, how can you have a girlfriend when you're locked in on a random Brewers versus Dodgers game in the middle of November?
Yeah, big.
That's in November.
No, it's,
I'm
come
thinking
on.
NBA. I'm such an NBA guy. I try to pick
how about
a
September?
non-substantial time of the year.
September, right before playoffs. Theo, there's this beautiful product called MLB Big Inning.
Yeah.
And it shows you, it's like basically red zone of baseball, and it's on 5 days a week, and it's unreal.
There's this beautiful website called Duffy'sMVP.com. And when I've been scrolling it, I'll be honest with y'all. We tipped off the happy hour. Y'all were having a nice little back and forth interaction there. And the whole time, I'm thinking about how I just won my guy, Benny, $25 to go to Duffy's Sports Grill. So then I hopped on Duffy'sMVP.com. I'm like, what is Benny going to be able to get with this bread? I'm looking at the award-winning burgers, I mean, the original Duffy's cheeseburger. You can't go wrong.
So Theo, I went to Duffy's
Bacon
this
mushroom
weekend.
cheeseburger.
I had the garlic honey chicken sandwich with French fries. Unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
Duffy's French fries,
dude, and their French fries are unreal, crispy and unreal.
Come on,
and the ranch dressing with the lettuce and the onion on that chicken sandwich, one of the best meals I've had in a long time.
Have you had the Major League burger? Have you? Me and C-Cat's favorite burger.
I think I get if I do get a burger from there, it's like the classic one. I forget whatever the
it's
name
the original
is.
Duffy's cheeseburger is what you get.
That's what I get.
Well, you saying, Tina, you're a former Duffy's employee.
When I worked there, my snack always at Duffy's was their sweet potato fries and some honey mustard.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
You didn't put me on game on that.
It's amazing.
So
I'm telling you now.
Okay.
Hang on, guys. Can I get you hip to something?
What's up?
It's so funny me getting you guys. You guys have lived here longer than I have. The egg rolls.
Oh, amazing.
Come on.
Egg rolls are unbelievable.
To the egg rolls?
Dude.
So
I ordered them. I
what?
DoorDashed them. Theo, I DoorDashed them the other night. It came with the guacamole, the salsa, and the sour cream. Oh, my God, dude.
You're a baseball guy, right?
Huge baseball guy.
Heard this guy? Fernando Tatis?
He's on my fantasy team. He's,
I just wanted to get you hip to him.
Getting him hip to me. I'm gonna get you hip.
That's
to
what I was trying to
Fernando
tell you
Tatis.
about the dang. Come on, man. It was an analogy.
Did that go over my head? Did that go over my head?
Duffy'sMVP.com, so the rest of the menu won't go over your head. 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. 80 or more televisions at every single location. Pull up. Tell them Theo sent you. Tell them you want to introduce them to one of the menu items that they are known for, like the egg rolls, like what we just tried to hear from Mike right there. Duffy'sMVP.com. Maybe you'll run into our guy Benny, $25 gift card winner. Because he chose right in theoretically trivia. Tina, have you ever I be steamrolling these cats in the trivia? What's up with that? Like, do we need to get more competition? Should we give them some lifelines?
Do we think though that so we know that Cade is really good at trivia.
He is. He's a trivia nerd.
Does he need to make it a little harder? Like sometimes
No. Those were fine.
Those are good questions.
Those questions were fine. Yeah. I'm mad I got hit with a technicality. We should have went to overtime.
Oh, okay.
So T, I got the answer right.
Okay.
I didn't get to hear trivia because me and Colin Russo somehow got into conversation about stretching.
Well, that's Colin. That's going to be Colin.
So I didn't get to hear trivia.
He needs a girlfriend.
He's a girlfriend. He'll get one.
But how'd you get a technicality?
I got a technicality because I guessed the player right, but I didn't listen to the whole question. I heard Milwaukee Bucks triple-double. I mean, the big O, Oscar Robertson, top 15, 20 player in NBA history.
Yeah.
He immediately came to mind, and I fired it away. And I needed the correct team, and I said the Milwaukee Braves. Remember, I was telling you the Milwaukee Braves were a baseball team, so kind of got.
I think the Braves were like an ABA team. I'm about to look
search
it up.
Yeah, search
Braves. I mean, usually a producer does do the surfing.
Sorry.
No, I'll do it. No.
I'm so used to.
Hey, I know you're a big host guy. 4 to 6. You can shout your name out again if you want.
I'm so used to having a producer. I'm so sorry.
You are a producer right now. Let's not forget.
I'll search. So you search.
No more talking and producing over here. Who's this guy? Who's this Mike Rizzo? People are like, who is this? I'm not used to hearing this voice until 4.
You search the basketball
Buffalo
team.
Braves.
I'll try to find the. Yeah. So the Milwaukee Braves are a Major League Baseball team that played in Milwaukee, Wisconsin from 1953 to 65. And I believe Henry, one of my favorite players of all time, Hank Aaron, played on the Milwaukee Braves.
Yeah, and it was the Buffalo Braves were the Clippers. The reason why I knew it was a Braves NBA team, and it's because of NBA 2K. When you go on NBA 2K, you play with the Clippers. If you go to alternate uniforms and you scroll it back, you can play in the Buffalo Braves uniforms.
Hang on, you play 2K?
Come on, dog.
Are you my team? Are you on the my team?
I'm not. So this year, this is the first year in like a long time I do not play it. I bought it and I didn't like it and stopped playing it. But when I do play, usually it's either I run a little association action or I'll jump on the my player course with the homies.
So I play the soccer game equivalent to that. It's called
FIFA.
The foot though.
The foot. Oh, what's this different? This is a different
Ultimate
thing?
Team.
Oh.
FIFA Ultimate Team.
Oh,
but it's
the
not
Ultimate
called
Team
that. It's EAFC now. They just changed the name. But see, my pay to play. I'll deposit $20 in to get some cards.
Just slide a little extra.
That's the soccer game.
Okay, yeah.
I'm soccer head over here.
Soccer guy. Yeah. I thought you were a baseball guy. How many guys can you be in one show?
I'm sports guy and nerd. T, what video game you playing nowadays?
Nothing.
Hang on, you played.
So you're T and I'm Thee.
So,
can we call you M?
No, you call me Riz. T. So T, you had a Nintendo DS growing up though, and you played Cooking Mama.
No.
What are you? See, Mike. Now maybe this is the reason why you don't have a girlfriend. You can't be just like mixing up people's stuff.
I overheard you say a game you used to play, and I thought it was Cooking Mama.
No, we were talking about Little Pet Shop.
That's it.
Little
That's
Pet
it.
Shop.
What?
That's it.
You got
Sorry.
what? First of all, what the hell is Cooking Mama?
My sister used to play it on her DS. I apologize.
Little Pet Shop was also like they were, in a way, almost like dolls, but they were pets and they were different like types of animals and things and colors and sizes. It was interesting. It was just like you collected them, and then there was like they had magnets, I think, on them where you could buy houses and different structures for them to kind of play with the little.
See, so
pet
T played video games.
That wasn't a video game. That was like dolls, basically.
Oh, it's actually dolls.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the Black Mirror episode, like
I'm an
episode
idiot.
3 or so, that was talking about the video games and stuff?
I told you.
You watched?
I asked you and
I
CCAT
just saw it.
to tell me when you guys are watching stuff because I have FOMO.
Okay.
When you guys talk about these shows that
So
you
Black
coordinate
Mirror-
to watch
I'm
together.
sorry. Yeah,
Black
we'll
Mirror
start
is still
coordinating
going on.
better.
It's still a thing.
Black Mirror just sparked a new season on Netflix like a couple of weeks ago.
It's season 8.
I don't know. I don't count the seasons these days.
Okay.
I'm not like a big season. Like, is this season 7, I'm just like, I tap in. Because my wife is the one that controls the remote. If it's anything other than sports, she's the one that pulls it up.
Well, Theo.
It's really good, though. I like it.
One Piece just came out with a new season. So that's what I've been on.
I have no clue what the hell One Piece is.
It's one of the most popular animes in the history of Japanese
So what's
anime.
the starter anime? What's the starter?
Naruto.
I'm not watching Naruto.
Pokemon.
I watched Pokemon a little bit growing up. I was a big Pokemon head.
Pokemon. One Piece.
Do you
Jujutsu
know-
Kaisen.
What's the starter?
Actually,
anime?
no. I got Theo, I got the perfect one for you.
Yeah.
Solo leveling.
Solo leveling. I'm about to look it up here.
Look it up. Theo, my brother who can't stand anime, I begged him to watch it. He watched all 2 seasons in one sitting.
Solo leveling.
He had off on a Saturday, and my brother is he's not a couch potato. Very much an outgoing person who can't stay at home. For 12 hours, he watched Solo leveling.
Oh, and I don't want that in my life. I don't want that.
It's really good. What do you mean?
I don't want that in my life.
If I have to watch that, I would be drinking a cocktail with that.
No, because then you're drunk and you're not going to remember it.
Why the hell are the Marlins
that's
playing a
fine.
baseball game right now?
That's fine. I have a cocktail
Theo,
a
it's
day.
getaway
Theo.
day. Theo, getaway day.
The hell
Game
is going
3.
on? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail. Do you have a cocktail?
It's getaway day.
All right,
Am I missing something here?
I don't even. Am I missing something? The hell is getaway day? Tina, can you give your cocktail of the day? And maybe as you give your cocktail of the day, we can find out about getaway day from this baseball nerd over here. Baseball guy.
Yes.
I'm an anime guy. I'm baseball guy. I'm soccer guy.
I'm a lot of stuff, guys. I'm a lot of stuff.
Renaissance man. Huh?
With the Florida Panthers winning huge last night against Tampa Bay Lightning.
Little growl.
Today's cocktail is called the hockey stick.
Okay.
And it's only 3 ingredients. This actually sounds pretty tasty and refreshing.
It's vodka, isn't it?
No.
Really?
You'd like this. You've got lemon juice. You've got orange juice.
Okay.
And you got a honey whiskey.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Sign me up.
That sounds pretty good.
You used to be a bartender back in the day, Mike. You ever made anything like a hockey puck? Or is this a hockey stick, a hockey puck?
We call them green goddesses. Right, where it was a little mixture of whiskey and some sweet. And they're honestly a pain to make, but
You've said
everything's a pain to make, bro.
He said an espresso martini
it's
is
the
the most
worst thing ever.
annoying thing to make.
Theo.
Yeah, I think he's lying.
Theo. 8 p.m. You're in the middle of like late dinner rush on a Friday.
I'd be a great bartender, by the way.
You have 4 girls show up. We'll take 4 espresso martinis.
Yeah.
You're ready to go into the back and just smack your head against one of the kegs.
Wow. It's like that.
It's just such a pain to make.
Okay, so all right, you might be right.
You're such a pain to make. But at the same time, usually those girls are tipping really well. So instead of smacking my head against a keg, I chat them up, rizz them up a little bit, and get a nice tip.
That's when the Rizzler comes out.
Yeah.
What are your preferred Riz nicknames? Is it just the Riz?
First off, I'm the my dad is the OG. Actually, my grandfather is the OG Riz from the '60s when he used to do the wrestling. It was called the International Wrestling Federation.
Okay.
And then my dad is Riz in Cleveland, and then I took it upon my brother and I are Riz. So like when this whole thing started,
what happens at like Thanksgiving when somebody says Riz?
When this whole thing,
5 heads turn.
My sister was the one who brought this to my attention like 3 years ago. Like, guys, people are probably going to be coming up to you and saying stupid stuff that's like a saying now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't take that serious. We're the original
because Riz is like charisma and people
Yeah.
stole that as like slang.
Yeah, but now listen to me throwing it in my daily vocabulary.
You ride with it though.
I do though. Whatever.
Yeah.
It is. I got some good Riz. I got Riz.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
You can't. You can't just be the one to claim you have good riz. I'm not saying I don't know whether right or wrong.
Kai Open, actually, can I let you in on something that happened today where it was a good riz moment?
Let me take this music
so
out of the way.
I told you. So Theo and I were texting. Christina, as you know,
no big deal.
Colin Russo and myself and Andrew, our newest, what's his role?
Yes, he's a marketing facilitator.
Okay.
I love how you just whispered.
I don't know why you whispered it to her. Everybody heard you, by the way.
We went to the Travis Hunter, where we're going to be holding the Travis Hunter draft party, and we dropped off a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
So I looked at Brian. I said, I'll be back in like an hour. I'm gonna freshen up. I went to the gym. So I ran my 5K on the treadmill. And, when I'm done with my workout, I go to the espresso machine, grab an espresso, drink that, whatever. As I'm walking to the espresso machine, I see a really pretty girl, laying out.
Say less.
Theo, I go, hey, I basically go up to her in so many words and go, come on, gosh, I'm going to call off. She goes, what? And I've never talked to this girl a day in my life. I said, I'm going to call off. She goes, I go, what? I said, I didn't know it was pretty girl hour at the beach. And she goes, we're at the pool. I said, look around you. We're at the beach because, you got palm trees, whatever.
Okay.
It's a nice scene. She starts laughing. And she goes, well, what do you do? And that leaded into me saying what I do and this and that. She goes, well, if you're ever out here, feel free to, pull up a chair. And let, we can lay out together and get some sun.
There you go.
With the corny one-liner of, I'm going to call off work. And her looking at me like, first off, she could not believe. Girls nowadays cannot believe when the guy goes up to him and talks to him. It's crazy.
It's a good hook.
I give you that because I feel like that's not common anymore.
That's a good hook.
It's not.
Yes.
It's not. And I basically, I'm like, you know what? Take a chance. Columbus did. Take a chance.
Columbus did.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
what were you going to say, Theo?
Okay, so a few things here. Which I appreciate you for being the kind of guy that actually does open his mouth and speak to women these days or speak to people in general.
For sure.
I think not only do women not get approached enough, I guess, by guys out in the wild is what I hear. Also, I think that people don't converse enough in general, not just in a mode of trying to attract one another, but just being good people to one another. So I appreciate you.
And T, she was looking good. She had makeup on. She was.
Talk to me.
She was one. I feel like she wanted somebody to go up and talk.
Of course
to her.
she did.
Honest to God.
Of course she did.
Maybe.
Now here's the question, because you said you had the charisma. You said you were like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a results guy.
You wanted a phone number. I didn't want to go there, though.
I'm not saying that you. I'm not saying you had to go there, but you got the open invite. She open invited you like you did to Tina, which means she wasn't.
Or hey, when do you come to the pool?
But time out.
Okay.
I think I played it off nice because now I'm too busy. You know what I mean? But in so many words, I was very nice. Like, hey,
you're too busy.
This is your apartment pool?
No.
Is this your apartment pool?
I did not say I'm too busy.
Is this your apartment pool?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And I'm going to see her again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'll see her again.
He's good. He'll
so
see her
I
again.
go, so Tina, I basically, and more or less, she goes, well, the next time you're around, pull up a chair. She goes, well, and what? And I told her what I do. She goes, what are you doing for the rest of the day? And I said, someone called in sick. I got to fill in on a show and do my show as well.
Okay,
it was like, okay, this guy's got his stuff together. It's 2:00. He's on his lunch break. You know what I mean? He's not just some guy who's a trust fund baby. Like there are a lot of guys in my apartment that are trust fund babies that get everything paid by their parents, neither here nor there.
Wow.
Okay.
I've met three of those. I've met three of those kids.
How do you know they're trust fund babies? Do you
Because
ask?
I talk to them at the gym. I go, what do you do? They're like, I live down here in the winter. I go, you live down here in the winter?
That's a different lifestyle.
They go, yeah, I'm from New York, this and that.
Man.
I'm from New York, this and that. I live down here in the winter.
The joy is in the journey, man. I don't want to
work remote.
fit.
I work remote. Oh, what do you do? I work for the family.
Yeah,
fair play.
They might be in the mob. Chris in the YouTube chat, he says here on the YouTube chat, you should keep her if you can. If she laughed at that corny line, she can live a lie. LOL.
Fair. But at the same time, even
if she live a lie. What? Live a lie? She can live a lie.
Imagine
is that a good thing? It's a bad thing. You don't want somebody that lives a lie.
Imagine my goofy, walking out there. I'm sweating head to toe, by the way. It just ran 3 miles.
Probably smooth.
Head to sweating and my goofy, walking out on the pool deck going, looking around. I'm taking off of work.
Take off, yeah.
I'm about to take off of work.
I think it might have worked.
The only thing I would add that I think you should have done is ask when she usually goes to the pool.
Something
like that.
I didn't want to come off. I didn't want to come off as desperate and creepy.
I like you playing it cool.
Yeah.
I don't think you were coming off as desperate or creepy. You sparked a conversation, and she could have easily just been dry and not interested and been like, okay, bye. But she was having a
she
convo.
rocked with you a little bit.
Oh, she did.
She was cool.
She 100% did. She was laughing, and that's what I mean. As I said, she looked great. You know what I mean? She wanted to be talked to. She wanted to be talked to.
Tina's off the market now, but back in your single days, if a guy approached you in that way and you did find him attractive and you did like him and you would like to see him again, you would have likely asked one more question. Maybe you might have led him into him actually getting your number. You might have actually extended a little more because I see why you played it cool because you are the guy. You have to be chill. You have to keep it calm. I'm going to see you again.
Totally.
You make a good impression. You keep it pushing. But Tina, do you think she would have reached a little bit more for that locked-in engagement instead of just the open invite like what Rizzo just did to you? Because we know good and well you're not going to be on Russo and Rizzo in the next month because he just open invited you the same way she open invited him.
No, hang on. I just said we need to find Colin a date. So, if he's down with it, we got to figure that out.
So now you got to run it back. No. Collins, you need to stamp it yourself right here. Is Tina welcome or not?
No, it's hang on.
It's got to be a group decision?
Colin and I, it's Colin and I's show.
Oh.
I'm not going to do something that he's not okay with. I'm going to throw it out there.
Why would he not be okay with Tina pulling up? Tina's okay with him losing 18 chairs.
And honest to God, we tried to do a blind date, and I cheated, and it was bad.
You cheated on the blind date?
I did. I'm a psychopath.
How do you cheat on a blind date?
I had to see what she looked like.
Oh, you were part of this, Tina?
Yeah, Tina
Yes,
was.
that was
really bad. I felt bad, honestly.
The last time I went on their show, besides last week when I was yelling at Colin for losing all of our chairs, was because we were trying to set up Mike Rizzo on a blind date. Colin said I was glowing because I was so happy. I said this earlier this week that I think in my past life I was like a matchmaker because I love setting people up. And who we were planning to set up Rizzo with, they have similar interests. And I was so excited because I was like, this could work. And he ended up looking her up.
Don't do that.
Instead of just letting us plan it out and have it happen, and then, he ruined it.
I've never been on an actual blind date.
I can't do it.
I've been on a blind date before.
Theo, it's impossible.
It's a weird thing.
It's impossible.
A weird thing. Now,
Especially, hang on, in 2025, it's impossible. Just because of social media, it's impossible.
It's not impossible.
It's not. You didn't have to look.
On the other side, we are going to get to some major points, maybe a little midday midterms and a last call from Tina. A couple quick headlines before I get you there, though. News out of the NFL. I know tomorrow's the NFL draft, but we did find out who's playing in the 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame game. It's the Lions. It's the Chargers. It has been 30 years since either of them have played in the Hall of Fame game, and it's rightfully so because Antonio Gates headlining this Hall of Fame class in the NFL. Also, Jason Tatum, still doubtful. No update on whether or not he'll be available for Game 2 tonight as the Celtics look to take a 2-0 lead over the Magic. We got teams fending off a tough deficit in the postseason. We've got a little, what do you call it in baseball, Riz? Getaway day?
Getaway day. So, D, getaway day. Getaway day is you play the first two games of the series on Monday and Tuesday at about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Getaway day, you play in the afternoon so you could get away to your next location and your next matchup that starts tomorrow.
But it's not across the league. This is just like their little rubber match for this series.
Yeah.
This is just them.
Yeah, well,
it's a little getaway day for the Mars.
Yeah.
Who shows up to getaway day? Trust fund kids?
Probably.
That are living in my apartment complex working for their family.
Also, it's been 42 days since Aaron Rodgers was made a free agent. Is he going to make his decision tomorrow, or is there no decision for him to be made? We discussed this and that and all of it above. It's a hump day. It's the happy hour. It's Tina. It's Mike Rizzo, not C-Cat. And it's Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami FC on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Wing Wednesday. Brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
This Mother's Day, give Mom a gift with endless possibilities. Give her a gift card to the Breakers Palm Beach. The Breakers gift card lets you treat Mom to all the things she loves, like irresistible oceanfront getaways, lessons at the Breakers' new golf and racket club, pampering at the exquisite spa, and shopping at the resort's stylish collection of boutiques. Gift cards may also be used for dining at the Breakers' renowned restaurants and bars, including Echo, Henry's Palm Beach, HMF, and Flagler Steakhouse. And now, for a limited time, when you purchase a $500 gift card online at thebreakers.com, you'll receive an additional $50 on that card, compliments of the Breakers. You can never repay Mom for all she's done, but a gift card to the Breakers Palm Beach is a great way to start. Visit thebreakers.com today.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent accidents and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll, safety's the goal.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
If you've noticed, I've made no mention of the Heat-Cavs game tonight, Game 2, NBA TV, 7:30 tip. You can hear it on ESPN 106.3.
I wonder why.
It's better things going on, man. Have you heard all the stupid rhetoric coming out against Shedeur Sanders, you know? Like, hey, man, that guy's not as bad as Shedeur Sanders is not as bad as his haters say he is, but he's also not as great as his fans purport him up to be. So I am curious where he goes. I'm curious how he fares. I do believe the Steelers get him at number 21 overall in the first round tomorrow.
Let me ask you this, Steve.
Yeah. Don't talk about the Cavs.
I won't. Remember Bo Nix? Yeah. Remember how he went at like 12?
Yeah.
And he was like the fifth quarterback
sixth
quarterback prospect. Where does Shedeur Sanders rank with Bo Nix? Like, how is it comparable to compare him? Now, Bo Nix stayed in college forever.
Right.
There's that. He played for Auburn.
He was a more
Oregon.
complete prospect.
Yeah, sure. But like, is he the equivalent? Who's the equivalent? Is there an equivalent of Shedeur Sanders who went in the first round last year?
I honestly, and I'm not a Shedeur hater, nor am I an appreciator. I'm somewhere in between. I'm very objective on him. I believe he would have been the 7th best quarterback in that draft.
Jeez, man. That's crazy, right? Isn't that crazy?
He took, I believe, 92 sacks.
So you had Penix over him? You'd have Penix over him?
Yes, 100%.
I
would want Penix. I mean, J.J. McCarthy I was iffy on, but because Kevin O'Connell believes in him so strongly.
Let me ask you then. What
think
scares you? What scares you about Shedeur? Is it the fact
his
he doesn't do anything good? Great?
His arm strength, the fact that you're right, he has 0 elite traits. They say that the one elite trait he might have is the processing or his football smarts. But it's like, okay, you're telling me that, but the dude took 92 sacks. I don't like the lack of accountability he has for the sacks he took. He blamed his offensive line at multiple times in his stint at Colorado. Like, there's things to me. Like, I don't like quarterbacks that have accountability issues. Cam Ward is the exact opposite. And Shedeur Sanders, for all of the character flaws people are trying to invent about the young man, which I do believe a lot of it to be erroneous, I do believe, I witnessed it, not even I do believe, we watched it as a nation. He threw his offensive line under the bus. Publicly, on the field, and in the press conference before, and I cannot stand behind a guy that would do that, especially not a guy that would do that as also the quarterback whose dad is the head coach, because there is a weird, dynamic and extreme amount of power you already have as a quarterback. Now you're wielding it even more so because Pops got the headset on. So he's not my flavor, but he's somebody's, and I think Mike Tomlin will do well with him. Before we get into some more stuff here, get a last call from Tina. Well, it's not funny. It's true. It's true. Shedeur Sanders, he couldn't muster up a championship. Not even a Big 12 championship at Colorado, but he did get his jersey hung. But at Kaiser University, there's no way they're retiring anybody's jersey unless there's a title next to that name. It's because it's a program, it's a school that has 24 national championships in the NAIA across all of its programs. Football, you got track and field has been competing heavy in spring, well, indoor and outdoor. You have women's swimming and diving. You, of course, have the men's lacrosse team. I mean, women's swimming and diving has won 4 straight NAIA titles.
The flag team, too.
Flag football is on the way to get there first.
Our former intern, Ashley Clam, man, she's a superstar.
They are locked and loaded. Kaiser University.
She's like the number 1 in the nation right now with interceptions.
Yeah. And she's the ambassador for the Houston Texans, too. Going to be on the USA team.
Team USA flag football. That is a Kaiser Seahawk as well. If you want to stay up to date with their flag football team or any of their other programs, KUSeahawks.com. KUSeahawks.com. You can check out the schedule. You can get out there and watch them. The Kaiser football team had their spring game in tackle and flag. You got a team that's going to be competing for a national title year after year after year. They're that good, and they're that good in many other sports. You see red banners hanging all throughout that gymnasium at Kaiser. KUSeahawks.com. That's where you can go to check in on the Seahawks and watch them #defend the beach. All right. So Chris in the YouTube chat. He's got a little inquiry about Shedeur Sanders here. He's a very, very polarizing prospect. One of the more polarizing prospects we've seen enter the draft. Why did he have to play at Jackson State? He had to play quarterback for his dad. No one else would let him. Why isn't that plausible? Chris, I think that's wrong. Shedeur was a highly rated recruit. He could have played elsewhere. He chose to play for his dad at Jackson State. He went to Jackson State because, well, Deion went there. That's the same reason why Travis Hunter went there. Travis Hunter was the number 1 overall recruit in that class, same year as Shedeur Sanders. He flipped from Florida State to Jackson State. Mike, I don't know if you knew this. Tina, you did know this. I was on the phone with Florida State head coach Mike Norvell as that flip was happening. We had Mike Norvell on. We were doing a signing day coverage thing here on ESPN 106.3. He was gracious enough to still do the interview as the news was breaking that Travis Hunter, this number 1 prospect in that class.
God, Dio.
The best, I think that was going to be their first time getting the number 1 player in the class in quite some time to Florida State. It was going to be Mike Norvell's first. As he was flipping, as the news was coming out, I'm on the interview with Mike Norvell talking signing day. Tough stuff.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
I didn't poke the bear.
No,
I didn't, because he was good enough to actually do the interview. He can't. He also, coaches are not allowed to comment on players that have not signed to them on National Signing Day. So it would have been, it would have been ridiculous. Anyway.
I know Norvell has gotten a bad go at it, especially this past year. I mean, good dude though.
Up and down,
right?
Great dude,
good dude,
great
though, man. You can't take that from him.
Absolutely a great dude. You know what that music means, Mike? No, you don't. I just mess with you. Look, he got nervous. He was like, I don't know what is it.
Whoa, what's going on here?
It's a little last call action. So with the last call, Tina always leaves us with some words of wisdom, some parting shots as she goes out the door. But
I'm looking forward to this.
It's not just that. She, it's fill in the blank generally. Is it we have a fill in the blank today?
Fill in the blank.
So we have to fill in
the
the blank.
Yes.
You have to guess it, Mike. We have to guess the end of her quote.
Okay, go ahead.
It's usually always the end. You have 3 words. Matthew Tkachuk said this.
Uh-oh.
I'm not a hockey guy, Theo.
I thrive when
Don't
the
cheat,
games.
Theo. I'm seeing you
cheating.
cheating. Yeah,
I was just gonna bring up the
You're cheating. Tina, he's cheating.
I'm not cheating. First of all, there's no competition. There's no money on it. I was bringing up the Panthers game. They just beat the Lightning 6-2 last
You
night.
are cheating. Go ahead, Tina.
How's that cheating? All right, do the Tkachuk.
I thrive when the games.
Are close.
3 words.
Okay. When the games are on the line.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking
Look at
about.
you.
I didn't even have a chance. Fair play.
I know you ain't have a chance, dog. I'm like that for real.
Theo's pretty good at this.
I'm like that. Last call brought to you by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. I hate that you had 2 losses. And the show's not over, so maybe we'll do a competition in the last part of the happy hour.
Listen, I don't need to go 0 for 3 today.
Yeah.
I think you not knowing getaway day in baseball, that's a win for me.
Okay, good.
Is that all right?
Yeah,
Can I take that?
100%.
Okay.
You should take that. You should take that. Yeah, so the last call brought to you.
It's a banger of a song, by the way.
Yeah, it's a little instrumental, man. It's on the J. Cole warm-up.
Okay.
End of the warm-up. Last song of the warm-up.
You know me, I pride myself in my rap music.
Yeah. Last song of the warm-up, J. Cole. You should check it out. It's really good. Cole, one of my favorite artists of all time.
He's unreal. Back in Forest Hills?
Top 3 for me.
Dude,
Top 3 or 4.
It's the Friday Night Lights. I was playing high school hoops when that came out.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Come Up, Warm Up, Friday Night Lights.
I'm about to blow up.
Born Center, Sideline Story.
AT. This is a song for my haters.
Come on. Hey, they got me feeling like the greatest. Yeah, come on now. All right, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Stop. No more J. Cole. Is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery, as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. On the other side, we will finally find time to discuss the NBA games of tonight. 2 blowouts. Hopefully the nightcap, Rockets Warriors, is a close one. We'll give a little picks. We'll have a little fun. Happy Hour, Theoretically Speaking, continues. That's Tina. That's Mike Rizzo. In for CCAT, I'm Theo Dorsey with Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
They told us nothing but lies.
These timeshare thieves out there are terrible.
They bullied us.
Our timeshare is all a scam.
They stole from us. They were thieves.
I was completely taken advantage of.
Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group, and I know the tough spot you're in. Are you asking yourself, why did I buy that timeshare? I'll tell you why, because that presentation wasn't a normal sales pitch. It was a show to convince you that timeshare is a great investment. They told you it was available today and today only. They said you're foolish if you don't buy, and unfortunately, you believed them. We get over 3,000 complaints a week from folks just like you that were misled into buying a timeshare. Give us a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-885-4884. 800-885-4884. 800-885-4884.
Cruise the campus, explore the circuit, experience F1 Miami like never before. Your general admission ticket to the 2025 Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix is here. Immerse yourself in the action with unparalleled access to different campus zones. Enjoy thrilling activities, live entertainment, and endless food and beverage options while witnessing the race, all for less than $150 per day. Visit F1MiamiGP.com to secure your spot at the 2025 Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Peyton Pritchard won Sixth Man of the Year. The NBA announces the Clutch Player of the Year tonight. The three finalists are Nikola Jokic, Anthony Edwards, and Jalen Brunson. If Brunson's going to be a candidate for that, you got to throw the referees as one as well, because there's no way he's clutch without the whistle.
Dude, I can't
Terrible to
watch it.
watch.
Theo, I cannot watch that team play anymore.
Sucks.
And
The Knicks suck.
I played.
Suck to watch at least.
I worked myself into a shoot because I said they'd win in 5. Theo, I doubled down with Colin yesterday. What, am I going to go back on my word?
You can't.
Like, I can't go back on my word.
Once you pick a series in the NBA, especially, you just got to stick with it and hope for the best.
I still think, like, Theo, Karl Anthony Towns had 0 points in the last 19 minutes of that game.
That's cat for you.
Come on, man. That's not cat. That's coaching.
That's cat. He is high on the disappearability rankings. He's willing. He's a ready and willing disappear.
Tibbs' offense in that game, too, was Jalen Brunson flailing like a flounder.
Cat wasn't very efficient.
And then working the shot clock to 2, kicking it out to Mikal Bridges, who's not a three-point shooter, and begging that a 3 went in.
The issues of Cat. This is year 28 of Cat in the league.
Stop it.
We've seen him in many a big pivotal playoff series. It's the same story over and over. Before we keep going, we got to get some playoff talk in. I want to let the good people know about F1 Miami right quick. Your general admission ticket to the 2025 Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix is here. I don't want you to miss out, all right? I don't want you to miss out like how Cat missed out on the fourth quarter just by not showing up. Cruise the campus, explore the circuit, experience F1 Miami like never before. Immerse yourself in all the action all weekend long with unparalleled access to different campus zones. All right, I want you to enjoy some thrilling activities, F1 Miami. I want you to enjoy some live entertainment, F1 Miami. How about endless food and beverage options? That interests you, huh?
Oh, God, I love a good meal.
F1 Miami, F1MiamiGP.com. That's where you can get your tickets, your campus pass.
Colin and I have a saying, we'll work for free if you feed us.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Y'all going to be working tomorrow at the Travis Hunter draft party?
Yep.
Say less, we'll feed you.
Thank you.
$150 a day, you can get a campus pass. And again, F1MiamiGP.com. Explore the ticket options. Secure your spot at the 2025 Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix. The race, that's an experience. It's a bad experience watching the Knicks down the stretch, but thank God we don't have to tonight. 3 games tonight. 3 games tonight in the NBA. I'm just going to list them off. We'll take our picks against the spread here quickly as we get out the door and head into, what's that next show? What's next here?
It's Russo Rizzo, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Russo and Rizzo. Are you happy to move from producer to? Or do you have to produce as well for that?
No, I got my good buddy Damian Perez in here.
Okay, good. So Damian was too good to do theoretically speaking today, but he's doing Russo and Rizzo. Noted.
Hang on, you didn't have fun with me?
Noted.
You didn't have fun with me?
Had a lot of fun with you. I'm just saying.
I figured it out. I thought we had fun.
We had a lot of fun. Jason Tatum still doubtful for tonight. Celtics hosting the Magic, 7 o'clock tip-off in Boston. Celtics trying to take a 2-0 lead. The spread is 10.
I cannot believe, I don't care about that game. I cannot believe you did not mention Heat and Cavs. You had a Cavs fan in here.
We got 30.
You had a Heat fan on the other side.
We got a whole minute left in the show. We can talk Heat, Cavs. All right.
What's going to happen, Theo, in Heat Cavs tonight?
Heat at Cavs. It's a 12-point spread in favor of Cleveland, 7:30 tip. Cavaliers are going to win. Cavaliers are going to win. Cavaliers are likely going to cover as well. The Heat are not competitive.
I don't
Remember
know,
how we
man.
talked about those capital G guys?
Hang on. Yeah, they don't have my big
No.
take. They don't have a Garland or Mitchell.
No.
They hung around. That score was not indicative of what actually happened. Did you agree?
Yeah, they let Ty Jerome get off on them.
When I was told that the Cavs have no bench, and I told you guys Ty Jerome all year.
He's a sixth man of the year finalist. I think at least. I know he should have been considered. Yeah. Warriors Rockets tonight. That's the only game I actually care about.
The fake tough guy Ime Udoka.
I think the Rockets win and cover tonight. They have a 3.5 point favorites tonight at home. Ime's he's an actual tough guy.
No, he's not.
He's an actual tough guy.
No, he's not.
Now, obviously, you got to be somewhat of a fool to do what he did against, the one and only. But, he's a tough guy. Go in love, go in peace, go enjoy. Russo and Rizzo next.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in